Hey everyone, so I am back. As you can see, this is for Married at First Sight Austin, season 19. Um, so this is not obviously the actual season yet, but um, because that's coming October 23rd, which is a Thursday. Um, and essentially, the episodes will drop in batches, like on Netflix, except on Peacock, as opposed to the likes of like Netflix or um, Prime Video, where they drop the episodes all at once, or and sometimes in Netflix's case, in batches, like with Married or with Love Is Blind. Um, so um, yeah, this should be interesting. So I'll kind of cover the the couples that we have, and then um, get into some sort of tea spillage that we kind of get from the trailer. Um, uh, if you have not watched the trailer, please watch it beforehand because I will be talking about what happens within the trailer, at least one particular part within the trailer. And I think that is within the um, middle part of the trailer. So, again, like I said, come back after you watch the trailer and then you won't be spoiled. Just forewarning you. Um, so, let's get into the couples. Um, so, sorry, this is new to me. So, the first couple, let me see. Sorry, kind of figuring this out. This is the first time I'm really doing this, but um, first couple we have is Josh and Jalen. Um, I don't have the ages at this moment, but I do have the occupations and who they're matched with. So, as you can see, Josh is matched with Jalen. Josh is a contractor, and in his little blurb it says, after growing up without a steady family life, Josh is eager to create the loving family he's always desired. He believes this bold leap of faith, with the help of the experts, can lead to his perfect partner. Then with Jalen, she's a realtor, and she recently took a step back from dating to focus on her career and herself. Um, but now that she's thriving professionally, she's ready to find true love once and for all. Um, I do have a little comment, but it's pertaining to Josh's career. But there's also another career at the end that I want to kind of get into because it's kind of the same thing. So I'll kind of wait to make that little comment. Um, but the when I heard or when I read the fact that he grew up without a steady family life, I'm kind of hoping that maybe he hasn't um, let that sort of overtake his life. I mean, I don't want to get a therapy speech, so to speak, but I don't want him. I don't want him to have um, sort of not done the work on himself because it sounds like he by that he had a lot of trauma um, growing up. So I'm hoping that doesn't show up, but Hopefully, it's not going to be an issue that his troubled background, but obviously we'll have to see. And hopefully everything is copacetic between the two, and nothing truly bad is gonna come of his background. But um, not bad looking people, so hopefully they're gonna like each other, and um, they're gonna get along and actually make it work. So we'll see. We'll see. Couple number two is Rhonda and Pat. Um, just to kind of throw this out there, there is an older couple, and I think these two are the older couple that was paired together. I think I saw Pat was like 59, I think, somewhere, and then she's like 63, but don't quote me on that. Um, that was the only site that I saw that stated ages. So I don't know for sure if um, he's actually 59 and she's actually 63. All I do know is that they're in their like late 50s, early 60s. But Pat is a space operations consultant. Um, and although he was married for 30 years, everything changed when his kids left for college and he found himself experiencing a divorce as well. And with his adventurous spirit and open heart, Pat is eager to meet someone new on Married at First Sight. Now, Rhonda, she's a performance marketing exec. She has been on a 25-year search for love, and after raising four kids and being married twice, she now hopes to find a partner to be part of her next chapter. If y'all now, there's a couple people um, who had this sort of like been married multiple times thing, and um, they it just didn't marry. It didn't work out. Now this is coming off of Brazil season 5. So when I say this, keep that in mind. But I'm traumatized about the fact that there's people come on these types of shows being having been married multiple times, and they end up getting divorced multiple times as well. So if you've ever seen or ever if you watched Love Is One Brazil season 5, you understand what I'm talking about. Because all them people were, well, not all of them, but quite a few have been married several times, and you would think that they would be more mature, considering you know, um, considering that they um, are of the older age that they are. But we saw how that worked out on Brazil. Um, so yeah. The third couple that we have is Derek and Megan. Derek is a chief automator, um, and as an entrepreneur in health and wellness, Derek is described as ambitious and passionate about longevity and balance. He hopes to find an equal who shares those values. Megan is a realtor, single for 7 years. Megan had struggled with work life balance while juggling her family business and a booming real estate career. Now she's ready to say goodbye to dating apps and hello to Married at First Sight. Um, hmm. I mean, we don't know much about either any of these people outside of the little blurb they were given. So hopefully, she fits Derek's you know lifestyle, and you know um, what he wants to do with his life and vice versa. So that could be a clash if she's very more along the lines of Noi from I think it was the second Boston season, and she was matched with Steve, and he was more the carefree and um, fly by the seat of your pants type. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll definitely see with them. So hopefully they won't clash too much, but um, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work if Derek is the type that I'm thinking of. Now, the fourth couple is Belinda and Chad. Chad is a real estate exec. He, although he's been divorced 3 times, Chad has learned invaluable lessons and refuses to give up hope on finding his forever partner. After 3 years of being single, he's ready to try again and trust the experts. Belinda is an aesthetic uh, sales consultant. Um, After she healed from her parents' divorce as well as her own, Belinda is ready for a new chapter. Open to the experts' guidance and committed to putting in the work, she's determined to build a love that lasts the rest of her life. Now, I saw also on that same website when I talked about the older couple, um, I believe he was listed as being 54 and her being like 47. Again, I don't know how true this stuff is, but yeah, that is what we have for, or assume that is what we have for ages for them. Um, so, I mean, at least I don't know. I don't know what their thought process is because I mean, with putting these two together, I mean, I'm hoping that it's not solely because of the fact that they are divorced, but you never know. These people have done worse things with matchmaking in the past. If you've ever watched the matchmaking, which I've always done, and I'm hoping that they have like a sort of matchmaking episode here, but given that it's Peacock and they kind of have put list of episodes of because I think there's like 13 episodes and that plus a reunion. So yeah, we'll see. Um, Hopefully they didn't just match these two because they have at least one divorce under their belt. But again, we will definitely see. And then the last couple is Will and Brittany. Will's a consultant, and after dedicating years to his college education and establishing a career, Will is ready to find a wife. Financially secure and confident with where he's at, Will admits he hasn't been the best at choosing partners for himself, and perhaps the Married at First Sight experts can help. Brittany is a strategic HR business partner, and in adulthood, Brittany's relationships seem to halt at the 3 month mark. After applying to Married at First Sight and not being matched, Brittany appreciates the second chance even more. Um, okay, so first I want to talk about the job titles that I was talking about earlier. And this is coming from somebody who actually um, collects data for job titles and stuff like that, and process that sort of information. I don't understand the need to um, give these vague job titles because what that says to me, and this is just my opinion on it, that um, they're between jobs. And if you've watched a previous season, I think it was season 6, and I believe that was the first Boston season, where there was a contestant named John who was let go from his job because he had applied for the show and obviously was picked. And his job said, "We don't want you going on this show. So what we want you to do is we want you to quit the show or be let go from this job." And so he picked the show. Um, Now I'm not saying that this is what is going on here, but we've seen these sort of vague job description or job titles, I should say, um, not only on here but on various other shows like Love Is Blind and Ready to Love. If you watch that show, so um, I'm hoping for Britney's sake that she was not paired with a man who um, did not have a job when coming onto this show, like actively film on the show, um, because that's not fair. That's not fair to her. Um, so nobody should have to deal with that. But like I said, that's all speculative. That's just my viewpoint of how I see job description or job titles and their vagueness, especially with how you know, the work I do right now. I mean, I wasn't always in this position, so I didn't always view it like that when watching previous seasons, but I'm just hoping that that's not the case here. Um, and yeah. Um, Now, on to the little T here that we sort of kind of get. Um, Now, like I said, if you have not watched the trailer, well, first I'm gonna talk about something that's I don't believe was in the trailer, but after that is like right immediately after that is going to be something that's in the trailer. So pause it here if you have not seen the trailer and come back. But the first thing is, um, the first thing is that there seems to be a mother daughter duo here, and that is um, I saw on a website that Belinda and Rhonda were the ones who were the mother daughter who came on the show together and were actually selected for the process. That is all speculative. I don't know if it's 100% true, but that is what the word on the street is that they are mother and daughter. Um, so that is going to be a first for Married at First Sight. Um, I don't know about Married at First Sight UK and Married at First Sight Australia, but this is going to be a first for Married at First Sight US. Um, so yeah. Now here comes the big news from the trailer. Um, Someone says, "Hey, we need to talk. I am pregnant. I am prego." Now, this is this is so just I don't even know. Like this is really out there because this has never happened. Um, Now, my thoughts, and these are just my thoughts, that I I don't think whoever saying this, and I don't, and this is they sort of played the audio um, right before showing right before showing um, Brittany and Will, like Brittany and Will sort of like, I guess, decision day sort of dialogue. So I don't I don't know. I don't know if it's them, to be honest. But um but basically someone one of the women says, I am pregnant. Um One of the women says, I am pregnant. And I don't believe personally that she got pregnant because of the guy she was matched with, and they, did the do, on, I guess, on the honeymoon or after, and it's his baby. I'm willing to bet that she, um, I'm willing to bet that she had an ex that she had slept with, or possibly a one night stand. She gets pregnant and doesn't find out until sometime into the process, because women can uh, find out at least 6 weeks, or at least maybe 4 weeks, but I'm not entirely sure because I've never been pregnant. But so if someone could tell me, kind of for sure down in the comments, what the typical um, find out ranges, but I think it's between 4 and 6 weeks, usually more towards the 6 week mark, because that's when the HCG levels sort of like start becoming higher and all that. So, um, but I'm willing to bet she doesn't find out until at least 4 weeks after she becomes pregnant. So, I'm willing to sort of bet she had a one night stand, whether she used contraceptions or not, or whether she was on the birth and the control, um, and one or both of them failed. But that's what I'm leaning more towards, that it was somebody else she had slept with before finding out that she was picked for the process, and then finds out she's pregnant sometime on the show. Now, when that time is, obviously, it's anyone's guess, because we don't know. But I'm willing to bet that that is what is happening, because I don't know. I kind of doubt that it's because she had sex with the partner that she was matched with for the show, and they end up um, becoming pregnant. I kind of doubt that, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Now, moving past that part, we have the experts, um, Pastor Cal, Dr. Peppers, and Dr. Pia. All are coming back for this season. So we'll hopefully see them more um, in the um, in the season, because they've been pretty lacking since, I want to say, season 10, personally. Um, but you know, um, hopefully, like I said, we'll see them more, because with the way, especially last season, the last maybe even 2 seasons have gone, with just just either atrociousness or just childness. It's just hopefully they can um, actually be more present. Supposedly they do more off camera stuff, but um, I feel like sometimes they clearly aren't doing enough when they should be, especially considering what happened with the Mem and Akechi last season. So, um, anyways, that's all the couples, all the tea, and obviously who's coming back for experts for Married at First Sight season 19 in Austin. Um, and kind of have a love hate sort of situation or relationship, I should say, with the episode, how the episodes are dropping. I'm obviously over the moon that there are going to be a lot less episodes this season because the last two seasons they were literally 6 months long, from October to April, both seasons, the last 2 years, and season 18 was just, or season 17, I should say, was so painful to get through because it was literally the same issue going on with one couple every single week. And at that point, it was like hitting your head against the wall and expecting a different result. And I was, yeah, that was just bad. And then obviously with the whole cheating scandal and Akechi and Amem last season, just we didn't need that the seasons to go on for 6 months. However, given that they're dropping 4 episodes on the 23rd, I believe 3 episodes the 30th, and then 3 episodes the 6th, and then um 2 episodes maybe the 13th, and then the finale and um the reunion on the 20th, I believe. Um, I believe, yeah, I think that's how it works. How it's going to play out is 4 episodes on the 23rd, 3 on the 30th, 2 on the 6th and the 13th, or 3 on the 6th, and then 2 on the 13th and the 12th, the 20th. Sorry. So I think that's how it's going to play out. But so we're going to have to do a lot of binging um, to do. But I mean, at least it'll be only like a month and a week as opposed to like 6 months. Um, but that's the only saving grace with that, because otherwise we'd be here for 6 months or longer, and it could be about the same as the last 2 seasons. Atrocious. So, with that said, I will see you guys tomorrow for my first video for my 31 Nights of Halloween. I'll try to do those every Saturday um, and encapsulate the movies I watch from Sunday night to Saturday night or Saturday. Um, and with the exception of this week where I do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday, today, and tomorrow. So it will be 4 movies that I talk about, and then after that it will be 6 movies if I'm doing my math correct for the next 4 weeks. I might put out the video because since since Halloween is on the Friday, I might put it out. I might put that video out that day, but I'll decide at that point when I get to it. But that is what is coming up. And then I'm not sure when I'm gonna get to Married at First Sight. I'm gonna try to do those videos. Um, get to those videos Saturday or Sunday as well. Kind of have to figure that out with the Halloween movies the last 2 weeks, but otherwise, it'll for sure be. Um, mm, I haven't decided yet of after October's over, but I will see you guys tomorrow for sure um, with the first video for the Halloween movies I'm watching. And I'll see you guys later.